In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a drip system for chameleons.
Welcome back to Northern Exotics. We're a reptile YouTube channel. We talk all things reptile related, whether it be specific species care, breed your own live food, loads of little reptile life hacks, just like this video right now. If that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing.
Now this doesn't just work for chameleons. This works for plant irrigation. You can use it as a drip system to water your plants. You can use this for chameleons because, like some other reptiles, they don't see standing water and they only drink running water. So you need a drip system that will drip onto plants or into a water bowl just to make sure the water bowl isn't standing water. It's always got a ripple in it. So if you've got a drip of water going into that water bowl, it's going to be moving water. Your animals are going to see it and you're not going to suffer from dehydrated animals. To make this drip system, you're only going to need two products: super glue and a bottle of Coke. That's it. Let's go and get it right now.
So this isn't very scientific. All you've got to do is empty the bottle into a container or drink it, do whatever you please. Now, the reason you need one of these is that some reptiles, the arboreal lizards mainly, they don't drink standing water, they can't see standing water. So you've got to have some sort of a ripple effect on top of the standing water. Stuff like Chinese water dragons, they can't physically see standing water, and their defense mechanism in the wild is if they get scared, they dive into water. That's why you get a lot of the smashed up faces on Chinese water dragons, because they dart at the glass thinking that that is water, because the reflection and general reflection off people and stuff like that is reflecting off the glass, and that's a moving surface to them. So that's why they dart at the glass an awful lot of the time. So you need a big water dish where they can fully submerge, and it needs to be a drip system or a waterfall or an aerator or anything in that water bowl to make it constantly moving. This is just a very cheap drip system, and it works. If you're a chameleon, they only drink running water, so you'd set this up to be dripping on a plant, and it'll be dripping off the plant, and that's where your chameleon will go to drink. The latest rescue that I've just picked up, he needs this aspect. He needs running water so that he can physically see it, because he can't see standing water, and he only really drinks running water. So I'm going to set two of these up in his enclosure, one over his big water dish and one over a plant. Let's go and show you exactly what you need to do next. First things first, take away any free branding and advertising that I've just given to this company. Cut off the labels, give it a good clean. Now I've had this rinsed out with hot water and F10 reptile disinfectant, gave it a load of flushes of water, really cleaned it out, properly scrubbed it. You want to tip it upside down, and you've got all these knobbly bits on the bottom of the bottle just there. Grab one of them, a sharp knife. You can use a metal rod, you can use a heated up piece of a fork, you can use anything, but you want a hole in just one of these, only of around about 2 to 3 millimeters wide. Take two. I messed that one up. It's gone in far too wide. So again, remove the branding. Give it a good scrub out. Tiny. I'm going to put my fingers on it now, so I can't go any deeper than that. Straight into one of the bottles, just nice and gently. Give it a twist. Like I said, there's got to be a safer way. Oh, there we go. There's got to be a safer way to do this. Tiny little hole. Now, the next piece involves the lid. Get some super glue on the lid. Then when the super glue is on the lid, you want to stick it to the ceiling of the enclosure where you want it to drip. Now this is all for a wooden enclosure. If you have a mesh topped enclosure, you can just sit the bottle straight on the top of the actual enclosure. This is going in a wooden enclosure, so I've got to glue that to this inside ceiling of the enclosure, directly above where I want it to drip. So if you're going above a water bottle, directly above the water bottle. If you're going over a plant, directly over a plant. When you do that, make sure there's no animal in the enclosure. Give it plenty of time to air out all the fumes and all that sort of stuff. While that's drying and airing out, let's go into the kitchen and show you how this works scientifically. Now I don't know how well this is going to work to show you, because this is the bottle where I messed up and I've done the bigger hole in it. But take the lid off, finger over the hole, under the tap, fill it up, lid back on, fairly tight. You want to do it fairly tight. Why is the camera all wonky? Oh well. Anyway, that's it tight. So you've got the gentle drip with no air going into the actual bottle. There's no water coming out of it. So undo the top of the bottle. There we go. Nothing coming out of it. That'll stop. And then if you want to have a gentle drip, just undo the bottle gentle. More. There you go. You can finally adjust it so it's only a little drip at a second. Tighten it up a little bit more so the drip goes a bit less. The theory behind it is the air goes into the top when it's loosened off a little bit, allows it to replace the water, and the water will drip out. Now you can adjust it simply by undoing the bottle, allowing more air to go in. Absolutely amazing. Look, you've got a big drip, little drips. That might be dripping a bit too much for you. You can tighten it up to have less of a drip. That's the theory behind this, and it really does work. So when it's all dried in the enclosure, everything's perfect. It's been a fair few hours now. All you've got to do is fill the water up, put your finger over the hole when you fill it up, bring it back into the enclosure, put it on the lid, keeping your finger on the hole and tighten it back to the actual lid that's already secured inside the enclosure. When it's secured, take your finger off, a little bit of water will come out to start with, and then it's just a case of adjust it to whatever drip rate you want. When the water bottle's empty, it's empty. Chances are that's the amount of water that is suitable for him to drink. You'll only have to do it once, maybe twice a day. It's just a quick free hack. You think a mist king or a misting system or something like that, they're worth an absolute fortune. You can pay 500-600 quid for one of them. I think Exoterra do a few cheaper versions for around about 120 quid. This has cost me nothing. It's a temporary fix until I can afford one of them. But it's definitely a way forward. And that right there is how you make a free drip system. You can use it for plant irrigation. You can use it for your reptiles. Me personally, I've got it over an arboreal lizards enclosure. I've got two in there. One over the water dish to add the ripple effect into the water dish. And I've got another one over one of the plants, so it can drip on the plants. It can not only water the plants, but it can also add a bit of running water that you could drink from if you wants to. It's an absolutely amazing little thing. The problem you do have, it does look a bit ugly in your tank, so this is only really a temporary fix until you can afford a Mist King or a misting system or a proper drip system and stuff like that. But it works. If you're okay changing the water bottles and the drip systems every day or so, that's an absolute perfect little hack just for you guys. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I'm rambling on and on and on and on and on and on and on here. If you guys want to watch another load of videos on my channel to do with life hacks or breeds around life food, click on that playlist just up there. If you want to watch my reptile room tour, click that one just there. And if you want to subscribe, click that one just there. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Peace out.